Hey guys, Big Red 310 here again. Sorry if I'm in a really good mood. Dolphins, best defensive game in probably the history of this team. 3 sacks, 3 interceptions, fumble return for a touchdown, and 3 turnover on downs. Just incredible, incredible performance by this defense. And I'm just so happy, so jacked right now that I can't believe it. Last time we won an opening game was in 2005, and before that, it might have been 2002, 2001. Last time we won a road opening game, not once this whole decade. Last time we won 2 games, both on the road, I wouldn't be able to tell you. So, I'm so jacked right now, so happy for this team. Really happy for the Miami Dolphins right now. So, God, so happy. I can't just express how happy I am right now. And, Jets, yeah. Today's game is win-win for me. If the Patriots win, then I can, continue my stride that the Jets are one of the most overrated teams in the NFL, that they're getting all this hype for no reason. They went 9-7. It's not like they were some sort of offensive or defensive juggernaut. Oh, okay, I guess defensive. But they weren't this juggernaut of a team last year. They beat the Chargers in the playoffs. That's really all I know about it. So, we'll continue that stride later. If the Jets win, then we're number 1 in the division as of right now. So, win-win for me. All right, Chikara Young Lions Cup review. I just finished seeing all 3 nights. Night 1, Night 2, Night 3. I really like all the covers. Night 3 cover, I think, is a little random. No offense to Ophidian. The Night 2 cover, I think, is pretty funny. And the Night 1 cover, this cover is just amazing. It says, "A star is born." And then, obviously, they play it off like Frightmare is a little baby and that, he's become a star now. So, yeah, Young Lions Cup Night 1. This was not so good of a show. Long story short, this is probably the worst Chikara show of the year. Now, I don't really blame Chikara. This is a triple shot weekend. Wrestlers do need to save energy, even though these wrestlers did not fight on Night 2. But, the Night 1 usually always is a bad show from Chikara. I didn't think this was awful. Like I heard last year's was awful. I just thought this wasn't very good. Highlights and all the opening round matches. Okay, see, I liked Dunkerton Abel and Kaio Josh Payne. Dunkerton Abel, Kaio, Josh Payne. But I thought the matches were kind of, they were kind of nothing matches. They were fine matches. In fact, the Kaio, Josh Payne match was a little funny, but they were nothing matches. Frightmare versus BMT, I actually thought was a good match. I've heard people crap on that match, but that match is my favorite match of all the Night 1 opening round matches. Green Knight versus Tozawa was too damn short. Not that good. Amasis, Chrisjem Hayme was, again, alright, but again, really short. Nothing really special. Andy Ridge, Johnny Gargano was also the same thing as the Amasis Hayme match. All right, nothing special. I gave all those matches less than 3 stars, except the Frightmare match. Then I also, the Mike Quackenbush, Grizzly versus Tursas, I thought was a really fun squash match. One of Tursas' better matches of the year. Well, I mean, that's not saying much, but still. not that he's a bad wrestler, because he's not. It's just his matches usually are like less than 5 minutes. And also, Mike Quackenbush and Jigsaw versus Sara and Daizee Haze was really good. I'd give that 3.5 stars. Great storytelling. Zabato was my MVP of this weekend. I have legitimate heat on Zabato that whenever he does these heel tactics, I legitimately am angry and rooting for the other team. That's why the BDK is so amazing. It makes me feel like a real fan. And Zabato did this great here, amazing in Night 2 and really good in Night 3. So yeah, Zabato, MVP of the weekend for sure. And then the elimination match at the end, I thought it was all right. I just thought it was a little too slow in parts. And when finally the match picked up, all the eliminations happened within 2 minutes of each other. Literally, Amasis. I'm not going to ruin it. But you can pretty much tell by the cover who won the match. I'm sorry. I mean, it kind of gives it away. So yeah, Frightmare did win the match by last eliminating Akira Tozawa. But really, I mean, I don't know. This match just didn't work for me. It was still alright. I'd still give it 2 3/4. But to be honest, for me, it was probably the 3rd or 4th worst match of the night. That's just me being for real. So yeah, pretty much a nothing show. I'd still give it a 6.5 purely because of the tag match, the Frightmare BMT match, and because the history of Young Lions Cup, a traditional tournament. I gotta be a little nicer on these tournaments. And plus, this is one of the hardest Chikara shows for me personally to sit through, but it still wasn't necessarily bad to sit through. I'd still give it a 6.5. Definitely. I want to say, if you're going to watch Young Lions Cup, I do recommend getting the whole thing. So, yeah. But don't get this as an individual show. Only get this if you're going to buy all 3. That's night 1. Next we get night 2, which surprisingly I thought was the best night of the whole tournament. I know night 3 usually has the claim for that, but not this year in my opinion. Young Lions Cup night 2. Let's do this the same way. I like styles like this. I have my review right here. Okay, and we start with Ophidian versus Skull. This was a very short match, less than 5 minutes, and I still thought it was kind of fun. I thought it was better than half of the matches on night 1, and it was pretty short. Eric Ryan, Cameron Sky, I thought was a good match, really fun. Eric Ryan really, really, really impressed me in this match. He was one of the most impressive guys in this tournament. Dustin Reyes versus O'Barian. O'Barian made a huge impression with Chikara. Ultramantis Black loved him. You can tell by the commentary in this match. He had a great showing in the finals of this match, but he had a little problem on night 3, which I'll get to later. But still, he was impressive as hell in this match, and so was Dustin Reyes. This match kind of pissed me off because it was so short. This could have been a good match if given more time. It was just a little too short. Mike Seidel versus Kaio. Seidel, I think, popped out his shoulder during the match, which for some people it might be disgusting. For me, it really wasn't, but that's just me. This match was a fun match. Kaio did a bunch of his battle arts, submission-based wrestling matches, and Mike Seidel did a lot of his high-flying, fast-paced offense, which made for a very fun match. I don't know if he's as good as Matt Seidel was in the indie scene, but he's still pretty damn good. You can tell he's a lot like his brother. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly. This was really, really good. This is the best of all the opening round matches. It was given a lot of time. They basically had an Evolve match in a Chikara ring, as it was one of the stiffest Chikara matches I've seen in a while. Hard action spots, but then there was also a few comedy spots in here which really surprised me. And Adam Cole was over as all hell, as I'll say in the main event. And then the match that for some reason is not listed here, because I personally think all the Online Cup matches should be listed here, is Lince Dorado versus Greg Iron. Cinderin, the person who's supposed to fight Lince Dorado, had traveling issues, so that's why they had to put in Greg Iron at the last minute. And just like on this night, on night 3, how it says plus Greg Iron versus Tursas. I don't think they had a graphic for Greg Iron because they didn't expect him to come to the tournament, so that's probably why it's not on the back of the DVD. But Greg Iron has cerebral palsy, where I'm not trying to mock the guy, but his arm is like this, like it kind of has no function. He can't really move it. And it made for a great story as Lince immediately worked over that hand, and everyone was booing Lince as all hell. And then when this guy, Greg Iron, was making his comeback, it was incredible. He was doing so many great spots, including one spot where with his hand, he gave Lince a clothesline, a head-over-heels clothesline, and the crowd exploded and chanted, "That was awesome!" He was over as all hell in this match. I even found myself rooting for him a little. He was just so much fun to watch. He looked like $1 million in this match. He was the second most impressive guy of everyone, probably behind O'Barian, just because O'Barian got 2 matches, and this guy only got 1. But yeah, he was impressive as all hell. The crowd gave him a standing ovation and gave him a "please come back" chant. He was so much fun to watch. Great story in this match. 3.25 stars. Wrestling-wise, the Adam Cole Kyle O'Reilly was the best match, but as far as a match is concerned, this match was probably the better match of all the opening round matches. 3.0 versus Super Smash Bros. And the House of Truth versus Quackenbush. Both really, really fun tag team matches. Thoroughly enjoyed both of them. 3.0 and Super Smash Bros. Had a very fun match. Very nice spots. I really love the Super Smash Bros. I do not know why we don't see them in Chikara rings more often. And seeing my Quackenbush and Jigsaw have 2 tag team matches on 2 nights is just a pleasure. It's just a treat. They are so damn good. And the House of Truth look really impressive here in their debut in Chikara. I hope to see more of them in Chikara, although for some reason I don't think they're getting as many bookings as they probably should from Chikara. But I do hope to see him back in Chikara. Josh Raymond looks really... Christian Abel looked really good. Josh Raymond, he was sloppy in this match. I don't know what it was. He wasn't clicking on everything. He was clicking on some things, just not on everything. Now, granted, most of Josh Raymond's offense is really hard to perform. A standing shooting star press from the top rope and his spiral tap, not easy moves to perform. But that does not excuse him, slopping both of them. But still a really fun match from both men. Really enjoyed the match. 3.5 stars, I did that. The 6-way elimination match. This match was the best match of the whole weekend. Lince Dorado, Ophidian, O'Barian, A-Side Cameron Sky, Kaio, and Adam Cole. This match was just great. And it's not just in the first few minutes where the 6 men were in it, and it was fun to watch. Adam Cole was really over. The crowd booed the hell when he was eliminated. O'Barian had a great showing in this match as he eliminated both Adam Cole and Kaio within seconds of each other. And they protected him as Ophidian pinned him with a roll-up, and it clearly was a flash pin, and it made O'Barian look really good. Lince Dorado versus Ophidian. These guys had an extra 10 minutes by themselves, and they had a great match. But what really made this match was Derek Sabato. Derek Sabato's heel tactics in this match were ridiculous. Ridiculous. He was... Oh my god, let's see, when Ophidian put his submission on Lince Dorado, he pulled Lince Dorado's hand to the ropes. Whenever Ophidian would hit a nice move, he would push Lince Dorado to the outside and count very slowly. And then when Ophidian was on the outside, he would count very quickly. Oh my god, he was a great. He might, if there was a Referee of the Year award, I would 100% give it to Derek Sabato. Derek Sabato, if by any chance you're watching this, you're amazing, man. You are absolutely amazing. He was, oh my god, he was so awesome. He made this match. As much as Lince and Ophidian had a really great match, except for that one ugly botch, which looked like it hurt Ophidian that Lince did. These guys just worked so well together. And then the ending was great. It wasn't really a screw job. Again, I don't want to ruin it, but you can kind of tell by who's on the cover who won the match. Lince Dorado, plus it makes sense, BDK versus Chikara. Lince Dorado put Ophidian in the inverted Chikara special, and you're supposed to raise the hand 3 times to call for submission. Derek raised it once, and then he immediately called for the bell. Kind of a screw job-like ending. And then, I was so furious at this match. Ophidian there was a thank you Ophidian chant, and Ophidian said, I tried, Chikara. The announcers put over how much they need Frightmare to beat Lince to save Chikara, to prevent Lince, the BDK, from getting more power. It was so dramatic. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I'd give it 4 stars. Awesome match. Easily. And then overall, I'd give this show was a great show. I'd give this show an 8.25 easily. I mean, there's a great match on here. There's 3 matches that are really, really good. And then there's 3 or 4 other matches that were really good opening round matches. Literally, I loved every single thing about this show. This show was great. This show was like Faded. You look at my range for this show and Faded, Scars, and Lines. They're about the same. But this show actually might be the better show. This is one of my favorite Chikara shows of the year. I would only put this behind King of Trios Night 2, A Touch of Class, and maybe Chikara Source Rex. But that's it. Yeah, great show. King of Trios Night 2. Definitely my sleeper Chikara show of the year. Because not many people are going to pick this one up. Because most people are going to get Night 3. Night 3 was a great show. No, it wasn't a great show. But I think it was really good. I think a few things hurt it, and I'll get to that later. Halloween versus Akira Tozawa was one of the best Chikara openers of the year. I still like the Lince Dorado. I still like the 6-man from the Mint Condition and the opening round match from Chikara Source Rex a bit more. Besides that, this is my Chikara opener of the year. These guys were only given 9 minutes, but they had such a fun match. So much great action in this match. Akira Tozawa, Frightmare was over as all hell. Akira Tozawa looked really impressive. And like Honor Hammer was saying, I really hope that we get to see these guys in Dragon Gate sometime. Next we get Mike Seidel versus O'Barian. Another decent little match. Just not given enough time. O'Barian didn't get to do his flashy offense like he did in Night 1, which kind of hurt him, I'm not going to lie. I mean, most people are going to buy Night 3, and they're going to see O'Barian, and they're going to say, this was it? Or if you saw Night 2, you would see how impressive O'Barian really was. That's why I think Honor Hammer had a problem with O'Barian. Green Ant versus Kitayano. This was a sad match. Green Ant got injured midway through, and they had to end the match immediately. It was a very awkward finish. I can't really rate it. I could say it was a good segment. There was really good, legit submissions in this match, and then it just kind of ended because of that. And that really hurt the show. Because I think this show was the shortest Chikara show of the year. For their shortest show of the year to be on one of the biggest shows of the year, I don't think that's unlikely. I think that's unlikely. So I think this match was supposed to get a lot more time, and then this match could have been good, and it could have helped the overall rating of the show. Tursas Greg Iron, another fun squash match. Greg Iron was not as impressive as he was against Lince Dorado, considered the opponents, but he still looked good in this match. It's not like O'Barian, where O'Barian just cut a short on the stick. He actually did look kind of good in this match. 3.0 versus House of Truth. Funny match. I don't want to ruin a bunch of the comedy spots that Shane Matthews did to Bryce Rumsford because they were really funny. 3 stars. 3.0 got 3 points because of this match. Countdown Showdown. Basically a Royal Rumble match. It was a great match. Just imagine a Royal Rumble match, except this match, the reason why I think these matches I think they need to develop the storylines of the company. And WWE doesn't really do that. They just kind of use it to put over the Rumble. They barely do it. This match put over the Brody Lee Grizzly Redwood storyline, the unstable breakup, the Olsen twins reunion, the Chikara BDK feud, the Gargano Akuma swap and fist. It put over everything in this match, and it was a really fun Royal Rumble. 4-star match. The Vocator thing, I thought this match was great. I didn't think it was as good as the Eliminator from Night 2, but I still thought it was great. Frightmare versus Lince Dorado. Again, really, really dramatic. I know people who were there live that saying this is the most emotional match they'd seen the whole year because they were afraid for Chikara. And I can really understand that. This match was a really good match. I'd give it 3.5. I'd give it an extra quarter star just because of the importance of the match. I really liked the ending, but I thought it could have been better. I'm not going to spoil it. I just thought it kind of came out of nowhere to degrees, but it was still very dramatic. Zapata was, again, another amazing heel referee throughout this whole match. So, yeah, not as good as he was in Night 2 or even Night 1, but he was still really good. I'd give this 3 3/4 just for importance. I'd give the whole show 7.75. You know, good, but had some things wrong with it. 7.75, 8.25, 6.5. Pick them all up. Support Chikara. I'm bigger to 10. See you.